तो एक बार फिर हम एक ऐसी गाड़ी की बात करने वाले हैं जिसका मेंशन ऑलरेडी लास्ट एपिसोड में हो चुका है, बट मुद्दे की बात ये नहीं है। मुद्दे की बात यह है कि जब भी हम मारुति सुजुकी की बात करते हैं देन परफॉर्मेंस इज इन एग्जैक्टली द फर्स्ट थिंग दैट कम्स इनटू आवर माइंड्स, जबकि रियलिटी तो ये है दैट ड्यूरिंग इट्स गोल्डन पीरियड Maruti Suzuki wasn't just churning out budget-friendly family cars, it was also churning out some performance-oriented models thanks to the amazing Suzuki engines that were at its disposal. Maruti की लंबी लाइनअप में दो कार्स तो ऐसी हैं that have become homegrown rally legends. एक की बात हम पिछले एपिसोड में कर चुके हैं, दूसरी की बात हम इस एपिसोड में करेंगे। This car brought the modern mid-size sedan to the country. This car paved the way for a whole new segment to follow. मैं हूं संग्राम एंड दिस इज द लेजेंड ऑफ मारुति एस्टीम। मारुति एस्टीम की कहानी शुरू होती है 1990 में विद द मारुति 1000। 1990s में मारुति wanted to bring a luxury car into the market, and since Maruti काफी टाइम से था, they had already cars that were adored by the public. Sales wasn't really an issue. 1000 के आते ही it became the go-to car for a number of Indian families as a status symbol. It came with a carbureted petrol engine producing 46 brake horsepower and 71 Newton meters of torque. Early 1990s में comparing with the other sedans that were available, the 1000 had a clear edge. It had modern looks, but the one thing that wasn't exactly working in its favor was the power output. Customers की तरफ से continuous complaint थी कि 1000 का power output was restricting it, which was very apparent especially when the AC was turned on. तो जब मारुति ने ये सारी complaints सुनी, तुमने क्या किया? अमेजिंग G13V इंजन उठाया और सीधा 1000 में डाला and the Esteem was born. The amazing all aluminum 1.3 liter 4-cylinder petrol engine produced 65 brake horsepower and 99 Newton meters of torque, eliminating any performance worries altogether. The Esteem came with an option of a manual as well as an automatic, and आते ही even in the corporate sector, senior management के लिए the Esteem straight away became the go-to car. Even the rally heads wanted to drive it on the rally circuits because Indian market के अंदर उस time पे the Esteem was easily the most exciting, the most drivable, the most powerful, the fastest sedan that was available. The Esteem, like the 1000, came with an all-independent suspension setup with McPherson struts all around. Ride quality wasn't exactly the strongest point of the Esteem, but since the car was available at such an impressive price point and it gave performance, it gave reliability, it gave durability, the car was just hard to miss. Late 1990s, where foreign cars started to come in, foreign manufacturers started coming into the market. Cars like the Daewoo Cielo, the Opel Astra, the Ford Escort, the best that the world had to offer started coming into India. But उसके बावजूद the Esteem reigned supreme because the price point was amazing, the dealership network was sorted, the service network was sorted. There was no facelift planned by Maruti for the Esteem, which is a pattern जो पिछले एपिसोड से भी आप लोगों को दिख रहा होगा। पर इतनी सारी गाड़ियां जब आने लगी मार्केट में एंड मार्केट के अंदर कंपटीशन फियर्स होने लगा, Maruti had to do it. So in 1997, they planned a new facelift. A new model was introduced called the 1998 Maruti Esteem. The new Esteem came with a redesigned front bumper with fog light housing, polyamber headlights with amber turn signals. At the rear, there were additional brake lights, and a brighter reversing light meant that the new Esteem was a much more mature product as compared to its predecessor. Better quality seat upholstery, color-coded door trims, a redesigned dashboard and better instrument cluster meant that the Esteem could finally go head-to-head, toe-to-toe with its foreign rivals. By the early 2000s, stricter emission norms came into place, and to comply with the Euro 2 norms that were coming in, Maruti had to add an MPFI system into the Esteem. तो उससे आपको पता है क्या हुआ?
Wait for it. Here it comes. Almost there.
Esteem gained even more power. The G13B engine received a multi-valve formula, making it the G13BB. This gave the Esteem an SOHC 16-valve engine, giving it a multi-point fuel injection system. Power output increased to 84 horses and 104 Newton meters of torque. The 84 horses combined together with a relatively light chassis meant for an absolute rocket of a car. The Esteem, with its modern design and smooth interiors, wasn't merely a design or a cosmetic change, but a peep for the Indian audience to look into the future, to see what the future of sedans held in the country. In December 2007, after 17 years of production, the Esteem was finally laid to rest. The production was finally halted. It has been 18 years since the Esteem has been out of production, but the legacy that it has left behind is second to none. अपने प्राइम पे there was literally nothing that could touch it. Indian rally circuit में this car has been actively raced by MRF and JK tires. The one thing that did not really work out for the Esteem was that it could not keep up with the growing times. As the technology was advancing, new models started to come in, better looking cars came in, and even when new diesel technology was introduced, जब consumer को diesel cars चाहिए थी, उस time पे भी the Esteem took a little too long to get it done. मारुति सुजुकी की तरफ से there were a few stunts that were played around. थोड़े campaigns निकाले गए, नए specific models निकाले गए, but nothing could really work out for them, and they had to part ways with the Esteem. With the advent of modern sedans like the Hyundai Accent, the Ford Icon, the Opel Corsa, the demand for the Esteem slowly started to wear. Now, although the Esteem suffered a slow death, no one, absolutely no one can neglect the influence it has had. Because again, even when there were foreign cars, even when there were foreign models coming in, at its prime, nothing could touch the Esteem. Personally, I do feel like the Esteem is not given as much respect as it truly deserves, because people need to understand that Indian market ke andar, it was what revolutionized things. It was what paved the way forward. That is why the Esteem will always remain an absolute legend.